This is the Negro Ninja. And earlier I was watching videos talking about the negative psychological effects that porn has on the male's mind. And each effect is going to vary from nigga to nigga because personally, porn never taught me to objectify bitch. Okay, I knew them bitches was objects way outside of porn. All right. And let me just go ahead and just separate women from this equation as I continue. All right, because a woman, you will not be seen as an object because she's going to blend seamlessly into your life. She's not going to present herself as an object because she's going to be like an extension of yourself. Okay, while these bitches, on the other hand, who shall be called hoes right now, present themselves like an object. They always want something. Okay, they always need to be maintenance and stuff like that. Then they come out with stuff like a OnlyFans. Okay, which is glorified prostitution, glorified porn stars. Okay, then you have the prostitutes that just let you know that you have to pay them for a sexual service. Okay, then you have some hoes on social media that you have to pay to even get an inbox from her. You got to pay to talk to her. You got hoes on a hotline that just talk to you. Okay, you got hoes that you got to pay to listen to your problems. Now, what do these hoes have in common? They're all offering pieces of themselves for a fee. All right, and they're all offering pieces of a wife or girlfriend experience for a fee. Okay. Now, does porn show you all of that when you're watching the hoe getting smashed? If anything, porn makes these bitches look better. Okay, now it take a lot of work for hoes to make themselves look bad when porn is doing all the work to make them more desirable. All right, that's pretty much proof that bitches don't want to be seen as desirable at this point. Any position that a bitch is in to where a dude is looking at her aroused is a good position for her. That's the best position that she can hope to be in, and especially in the future. They're taking all this for granted because they get stuff so easy, but the future is going to show them. All right, but continuing. Porn does not teach people, it does not teach men to objectify bitches. Bitches teach men to objectify bitches. All right. And, as I was watching these videos, a lot of them was basically saying that porn is, like the ultimate cause of the destruction of the man's soul. But I highly disagree with that. Now, porn is wicked. Anybody with sense will tell you that porn is wicked because it teaches us to think of sex in unnatural ways, in perverse ways. To many, porn has even, messed up their view of sex as a whole because, they just see it as perverse. All right. But that just goes to show you that they don't really read the Bible as much as they should. All right. What makes porn wicked, aside from the fact that they're just being indecent in front of everybody, is the things they introduce, like a lot of unnatural things such as head and sticking it up a girl's ass and stuff. You're not supposed to do that. Okay. Yeah, so they're right about it being bad. It's wicked, actually. Okay. But it is not the hazard that you should really worry about. It's about what drives people into these hazards. When you're driving outside on the expressway, you know which hazard zones not to go into. But there are other factors that could potentially lead somebody into these hazards, such as a slippery road in the wind, maybe hail or whatever. Things obstructing the view. Okay. Now I'm just going to break this down by first talking about cigarettes. Now, everybody knows that cigarettes is hazardous. It even says it on the label. Okay. And if somebody was looking at a cigarette without it being advertised, like let's just say it was just introduced and you just see it, you'd be like, what the hell is this? But when you see somebody pick it up and just, you're like, what's the purpose of it? And it still don't really make sense. Okay. But when you start seeing everybody do it, you're like, hold up. So this is a thing now? Okay. Okay. This is still new. So you still think it's stupid. Okay. But once again, the seeds have still been planted. You saw the cigarette. You saw what the cigarette is used for. Then you saw other people doing it. So it's in your mind. Okay. Now, what the enemy does is plant tares and they go on about their business. Okay. And when you fall on hard times, you start to see what seeds have been planted. Okay. Well, if you're around the wrong people, you don't really see these seeds. But when you're around the right people, you'll start to see it. Okay, as I'm going to explain in a few. All right, you seeing all these people do it. Okay, they're doing it now. But it comes a point to where people start to peer pressure you. Okay, and that's going to start with a suggestion usually. You know, that diabolical S word that has ruined, or so many people have fallen due to a suggestion. Mankind has fallen due to a suggestion. Eve, eat this. It'll make you like Adam and God. It'll make you above them. Do it. Okay, and she listened to that suggestion. Now look at us. Okay. Lots of dudes have been suggested to date a chick that they have no business even being around. And they're now a shell of what they used to be. Some even broke now. Or strung out on drugs. All right, so continuing. Then it gets to the point to where when, the suggestion doesn't work, then the peer pressure. Okay, then people just try to make you feel like you're less than what you are because you don't want to follow the crowd. Okay, you're being mistreated and disrespected. Okay, maybe you're losing opportunities because you don't blend in with this crowd. Okay, then you fall on hard times. You go to this dark zone. It's just like the expressway. And things obstructing your view, putting you closer to that hazard that you just know better than to go into on a normal circumstance. All right, you're just being blinded by what's going on around you and all the stress and negativity. So you're in this dark place and you're thinking to yourself, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, this person smokes, he's successful, and all my role models, which is the work of the devil, by the way. You're not supposed to have role models. He does it. Okay. All successful people I know smoke cigarettes. How bad can it be? Now you're addicted to cigarettes and you just can't stop. Okay. You just can't stop. Now, this is one of the main reasons why God tells you to surround yourself with the righteous. Don't even associate with the unrighteous. Okay. Because these are the things that you fall into during hard times. Okay. When you slip and fall, you fall into a spider web when you're around the wrong people. Okay. Sometimes you get stuck in a spider web and you just can't move. Or sometimes you can move. Okay. Then you just try to get it off of you, but you never really get it all off and it just gets stickier the more you try. Okay, that's what it's like. All right, versus you being around the correct people that are doing what they're supposed to do. Okay, you fall on hard times. Then that's when you start to see the seeds that this enemy has planted because people around you is telling you not to do stupid stuff. Then you just slip and fall. You fall into this safety net. Nigga, I appreciate it. All right, this is a good trust exercise. I appreciate it. Okay, that's how that goes. Okay. Now, let's take this cigarette scenario to this porn. All right, you don't know what the hell porn is. Okay, until you see a DVD or a tape or something over there, you still like, whatever, I'm trying to watch some cartoon or something. Okay, and then, porn just becomes something that is being distributed, and before you know it, you see people around you watching it. And when it's around you, then it's going to eventually come to you because somebody's either going to show you, which is a silent suggestion because they put it in front of you. It's a passive way of suggesting something. Okay. And usually a lot of people, because you got to just think about this. That was new. Ain't nobody going to just say, hey, watch these people have sex. They usually wouldn't do that. They have to show it to you, like somebody offering you a drug or something. All right. And a lot of people just usually, get caught right then and there. Okay. But you probably just see it or something and be like, whatever. All right. And they probably just don't grab you. All right. But later on, once again, the enemy plants tares and they continue on about their business. Okay. And these seeds sprout during the hard times. Okay. If you're the type of person that reflects, you start to see what seeds the enemy's planted during hard times because you're going to be doing a lot of reflection. Okay. Or if you're around the right people, they'll, give you an idea. So let's say you just continue on about your business. And then, of course, the peer pressure comes. Okay. First, they're either going to pressure you to have sex or they're going to pressure you to get a girlfriend, whichever one comes before the other. Fuck it, I got a girlfriend. Okay. Everybody got a girlfriend. Okay. And, the sex pressure is there. So they have done something. He's telling you, yeah, I got her to suck my penis. Yeah, it's good. And you're like, oh, she sucked your penis. I want you to suck my penis. Okay. And she'll look at you and try to give you the impression that she is not a hoe. Okay, you're young. Okay, you probably just don't know better yet. You don't know that hoes are hoes right now. Bitch is lying. Okay. And everybody else is just telling you all their stories and stuff, and it's just happening around you. Like, why the fuck your girlfriend doing it by mine one? Why is she acting funny? Okay, then all the stress and stuff comes. You maybe even get ridiculed. Okay, that's that only person that didn't do it or something. Then you just go back and watch some porn. Why do you watch the porn? Because that seed has been planted. You know what? I do remember seeing a bitch do that in that video this nigga showed me a while back. Fuck it. Then it goes from you watching that part to you end up watching the whole video. Okay. All right. You watch the whole video. Now you might want to watch a second video, maybe a third video. Okay. Now, once again, everybody's focusing on how wicked, how bad porn is. But porn itself is not the most sinister thing that is going on here. It's what drives you to it. Okay. It is what drives you to it. So you already got everything working against you, that dreaded suggestion, or people just showing it to you or whatever. And then you have the bitch herself, okay, which is the reason why you're probably watching it in the first place. Okay, now why do a lot of people watch porn to begin with? Because it's a fantasy. They're after that fantasy. Okay, why do you think that porn is so addicting? Do you think that porn would be addicting if a dude was struggling to get the pussy throughout the whole video? Okay, that shit'd just be annoying. All right, that's not gonna make you want to imagine yourself in that scenario. I'm like, nigga, I'm finna go outside. Damn, I'm finna call this bitch up. Shit, I'm watching this shit on the tape. All right, now once again, people are focusing too much on, the hazard instead of what's driving them into the hazard. Okay. If you was driving your car and there was something in your car obstructing your view, what are you going to do? You're going to either move it out the way or you're going to take your car to get fixed. Okay, if it's natural stuff going on outside, what are you going to do? The roads are slippery as hell. You're going to park over to the side real quick, turn on your hazard light, stop driving until it clears up. All right, but in many real life scenarios, it's not going to be that cut and paste because what's driving you there is, is a trap itself. Okay, like I said, porn is not the ultimate way that a man would destroy his soul. What leads man to porn? It is bitch. Okay, it is bitch driving him into a fantasy because she's not giving him the things that he wants. And when you, like I said, I'm gonna continue that. Hold on. Okay, everybody around you is getting what what they want, but this chick is glued to this dude while not giving him what he wants, so he go to see porn. Okay, he's fleeing or obstructed, and he walks into a trap. Okay, which is what porn is in many cases. All right. And people will think that the category are the traps, but in my opinion, the biggest trap is the fact that any bitch that you have been fantasizing about has a porn doppelganger. Okay, now a lot of people probably haven't seen this, but I have seen it before. I didn't get trapped though. All right, but I just thought that I should call it out. I was like, damn, she looks just like this bitch. I'm like, who the hell is that? Okay, I did get distracted though, but I'm not addicted to it. But I could just see how if somebody else that didn't know better, you know, and didn't have the same mental fortitude, I can just see how that could really trap them. You know how they say it's instant gratification. So just imagine a bitch that you fantasizing about, or the one that's not giving you what you want if you dealing with her, and you see her doing all the things that you want to do to her. Okay, just imagine that. Now just imagine marrying a bitch. Okay, that's not giving you the things that you want sexually. And you just happen to turn on a porn and see her in the porn doing all the things that she said that she don't do. All right. That right there is just mind boggling. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I had a Reddit story that was talking about that. He was with a chick. Okay. I think they was married for over 5 years, probably like 11 or something. Well, they was probably together for that total amount of time. They was there for a minute. And he said that the sex was always vanilla. You know, she didn't give head. She only did missionary. And it was pretty much a chore for her to even have sex. All right. And then he just stumbled upon a porno in the house, by the way. It was a tape of her doing all the things that she claimed that she is too prudish to do. And she wasn't just doing it to one nigga. She was doing it to 6. This bitch got gang bang. These niggas did everything that this nigga wanted to do to a hoe within the first 2 minutes. Okay. And they did even more than that in 5 minutes. Okay. He just wanted to slide it up her butt one time. That's all he wanted to do, and get his dick sucked. Okay, she don't want to do that, but she letting 6 other niggas do it. Probably was more than 6. And then she kept the tape. All right, and before I continue, okay, now we know that you're not supposed to really do that. Okay, you're not supposed to stick it up her ass or nothing. But for him to even know that means he saw porn anyway, so that he went through all this stuff I was talking about in the beginning. Okay, only for him to find a chick that he thinks is his. Okay, puts up with all her bullshit and marries her. He should be entitled to any sexual fantasy that he wants. He did such a good job putting up with her whole bullshit. And every problem that a hoe with that type of past has is a underlying hoe problem that she's disguising as something else. It don't matter what it is. She feels bad. Underlying hoe problem. You have just been around a bitch that you just have to cheer up 24/7. Okay, bitch is never happy. I always want you to cheer her up. Why is that? Because she took pieces of herself and gave it to other niggas. And by the time you get to her, there's no piece left. Okay, you taking pieces off of yourself trying to put it on her and it just don't fit. That's why the bitch is never happy. See, that's why hoes are the most difficult type of bitches to please. Them bitches ain't got no piece because they gave the pieces to other niggas. Therefore, any nigga that wants a hoe to be his piece is, you're a retard. Okay, you pretty much a reprobate at that point. All right, the only piece you will have is God. Okay, and Jesus. That's your piece. Not no hoe that's been around. Okay. And even if a chick was a virgin, she still can't be your piece. You her piece because your dick going to her. Okay, think about how the coochie's made up. Don't look like a piece is missing. Here you go. There you go. Okay. Therefore, you should be all it takes to make a woman content. She should be walking around moping. She pretty much, for a bitch to be walking around not happy and she got you, that is like blasphemy at that point. All right, now going back to this scenario about, what drives you to porn. Okay, in this scenario of this dude seeing his wife in an old sex tape doing all the stuff that she cheated him out of, he handled that better than I think a lot of other dudes did. You know how they say porn will destroy your soul, but a woman can destroy your soul even greater than porn can. Okay, because in this scenario, he could have been turned into a murderer. Okay, and also, she's denying him these things that he wants to try at least once. You know that the temptation was there to cheat, So from him going from sin, okay, he could have went to idolatry very easily in this scenario. He could have been a murderer, which is also an abomination. Okay, these hoes ain't good for nobody, not even themselves. Okay, and I got to give him credit for that because everybody was dogging him out in the comments, and of course, the men will always see the wrong and they will point out what's wrong. But that's not what was happening in the comments. It was about like 5 of them, including me, possibly. And you would mostly just see hoes in the comments, trying to convince you that wrong is right. And of course, the simps backing him up, saying that he is selfish for divorcing her over something like that, something that simple. I'm like, well, bitch, if it was that simple, the bitch would have just took some lube and let him try it and see that it's not all it's cracked up to be. Okay, she couldn't even do that. Okay, and it's guaranteed that this chick would even stay with him, like she was thirsty for him when he divorced her. If I'm not mistaken, I think she would have. Let me see. I'm gonna have to read that again, but she'd probably let him be with other women while they together, trying to lead him into some, some abomination stuff. I'm trying to tell you. Okay, people focus on the hazard. They don't focus on what is driving man to this hazard. And I guarantee you, okay, that porn is pretty much a joke. Okay, women pretty much enhance the danger of porn by driving men to it. Okay, so I can guarantee you that if bitches acted right, the porn industry would tank. If it don't tank, it'll just be a niche market at best. And that's all I got to say for this rant. And this has been the Negro Ninja, bringing you your Negro message for today. Negro out.